Welcome to the Pontificated, this side of the interwebs where we bridge the gaps between science and spirituality, mind, body, and soul. This week, we're debunking the Crown Chakra. Hi, I'm Rain, your host for this episode and every other one. Usui Reiki Master, energy healer, acupressurist, and overall occult enthusiast. Now introducing Press On Nails, Reiki infused spirit claws. If you would like to get your set, the link is in my bio. I'm also selling ritual oil in person, online, Reiki healing sessions, as well as tarot readings. Link in bio. Enough self-promotion. Let's dive in to the crown. Unity, wisdom, awareness, intelligence, understanding, even miracles and bliss are key terms that refer to the crown chakra. But what is the crown chakra and what does this energy center embody? So the crown chakra, or I need to put a exclamation, a comma, something. I'm just a girl from South Georgia. I struggle pronouncing words in the English language, so by no means am I trying to be disrespectful, funny in any way. I literally struggle with dialects. I have a list, if you can't tell. Okay. So the Sahasrara chakra is the last of the 7 main embodied chakras. So what does that mean, the last of the embodied? These are the ones that reside within our physical body, and are responsible and help will the function of our actions, our thoughts, all of the above, and then the way that we respond and react within the world. So this chakra is the seat of the divine. It's insight, inner knowing, self-realization, and connection to our spirituality. I will say, if you have heavy indoctrinations and religious programming, this chakra is likely distorted, but you will, as you discover and walk through how complex and auspicious this particular energy center is, you will come up with your own understanding, and it will change many times through the course of your life, as you grow and evolve. So we're located at the top of the head, and it extends outward to the 7th layer of our auric field, which is our casual body. This layer is about 3 to 6 feet. Jeez, I cannot talk. Away from the body, and holds deep knowing and understanding of unity to all. This is the place where we meet our higher selves, where we find completeness and oneness within. It's about embracing the sense of wonder and strong spiritual awareness. That's where the miracles and bliss come from. The word, and we're not going to butcher it again, literally translates to 1,000-fold, and that is represented with the crown as 1,000-petaled lotus. So a balanced and flowing crown is experienced within a blissful and euphoric state by a deep knowing that you're connected to everything. It's a sense of inner peace and access to innate wisdom, understanding, and awareness of our divine connection. You are aware of any dysfunctional thought patterns, behaviors, and are easy to assess them and have the proper action to protect yourself and your boundaries and the God within. I know a lot of people from my region especially will say, I'm a God-fearing Christian man or a God-fearing Christian woman. I think, why are we running from our Creator? Why do we fear the very thing that created us? That just perpetuates more wounding. I don't run away from God. I run to God. I run within. And I honor my light, my sacred essence, my boundaries. And so just that change of perspective opens and deepens the crown. Just like all other chakras, a variety of experiences could lead to imbalance. Having near death experiences, I've had a few. Being robbed, cheated on, which many of us have experienced. Betrayal, physical, mental, or sexual abuse. Being involved in extreme religious or spiritual organizations, so like cult like behavior, extreme brainwashing of any sort. Experiencing any acts that attempted to manipulate, program, veil, which is a lot of us, are just a few examples of how massive imbalances occur within our collective. Imbalances can further be broken down into two categories. We either have an overflow, which would be overactive or excessive, or we have an underflow, which would be deficient flow of energy. So this chakra may present itself as mental instability with excessive energy resulting in what appears to be manic or psychotic behavior. Without self-awareness and balance, this is the key, without the self-awareness and balance, excessive energy in this chakra can manifest itself as a drive for materialism, collecting possessions, becoming obsessed with material wealth and gain, and a sense of personal power. So other ways that an overactive or excessive crown chakra may manifest, and some of these are not bad. I want you to understand that being overly intelligent is not a bad thing, but we want to balance that out with a heartfelt emotions, right? So we're a balanced individual. Being addicted to spirituality or religion, more concerned with humanity than you are with yourself. Criticizing the way others choose to believe, feeling overwhelmed by knowledge, judged within spirituality or religion, trusting in the universe and taking zero action. So you just think things magically appear out of the sky. See how that works for you. You can manifest things, but if you don't take an action with the manifestation, you are literally in a state of delusion and nothing moves. You're just stagnant. Sacrificing personal power to faith. Underactive lower chakras, overactive or overwhelmed by humanity, feeling confused. So physical illnesses that will happen usually over time with an overactive are Alzheimer's, bipolar, brain cancer, dizziness, epilepsy, insomnia, schizophrenia even. On the flip side, depleted energy may generate feelings of depression, having little drive or no energy to make any choices or take direction in life at all. Following someone else's following someone else dictates without thinking or challenging them becomes the easiest option. So you just become a martyr, leaving a person feeling completely lack or any sense of personal power. So other ways that this may manifest into your 3D reality, and yes, I am reading off of a sheet because it's a lot of information and I want it to be thorough. So a sense of separation, having trouble trusting the universe, lacking belief in higher power, lacking knowledge of purpose, feeling isolated, being disconnected from humanity, inability to empathize with others, overactive lower chakras, feeling confused and lost more times than not, suffering from depression, Parkinson's disease. You may be bored and apathetic. Without the pull towards the higher realms, your life may be stuck in the experience of lower chakras that primarily deal with survival and pleasure. That's a big one. And that's where a lot of the collective is. I'm not saying all of the collective is there, but this is definitely a collective issue. And this is why so many of us that have this information feel the need to kind of, make it easier to access. Because When I was going through my spiritual awakening and really learning about energy and learning about the chakras, there wasn't TikTok. There was YouTube, but it's not as nearly as popular, and these types of topics weren't trending. We didn't have a vocabulary to really put with, why do I feel crazy all of a sudden? Why does my life feel uncomfortable? That just wasn't then. So the times are changing. The information is becoming more and more available, so the awareness can be there. Once the awareness is there, the healing happens, because no action is an action. Then you just know that you choose to be stuck. Whereas so many are just lost in the sauce. We're not lost in the sauce anymore. We are taking and reclaiming our power through every energy center embodied in it. And this journey is fucking epic. Now that we are aware of how the imbalances are manifesting in our 3D reality, making a checklist to see, well, do I have imbalance here? Am I deficient? Am I overactive or excessive? We need to bring that awareness and bring balance. And even if you feel pretty balanced, it's always good to bring just more awareness to get deeper layers of understanding. So my first and foremost, they're so easy. A kid can do it as far as balancing your energy centers. It's almost so easy that a lot of clients are like, that's not going to work. That just seems too simple. Well, I prefer to live life with the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid, because it's easier to remember. Okay, it's less work. So color theory. This energy center is related to deep purple and white. So either viewing, wearing, or ingesting this color is going to bring extra energy and nourishment, and provide vital nutrients and awareness to our centers. Our crystal friends. I say this every time, get you some crystals, clean them, program them, and put them to work. So some of my favorite for the crown are going to be clear quartz. Clear quartz amplifies everything. So especially if you're on a healing journey, put a piece of clear quartz around you, and then this is going to show you where your distortions are over time. Diamonds promote spiritual illumination, good ethics, pure faith, and alignment. I like angel aura crystal as well, and amethyst. Sound therapy. Sound therapy is my absolute favorite. You can turn it on while you sleep, and when you wake up, you will feel refreshed. My partner put me on to Bliss Body Activations by Brian Scott, and oh my God, I wake up feeling like a new person every morning, refreshed, rejuvenated, and energized, and it happened while I slept. Literally zero effort other than turning on a playlist. And with Brian Scott, he'll play for 10 minutes and then black out the screen. So then the rest of the night, you don't have to worry about screens or anything, disrupting your sleep pattern, which is beautiful. Practices like acupuncture, yoga, qigong, tapping are great ways to open as well as promote healing within the total body. But no matter what you do, and I say this every single episode, you're not doing anything if you're not doing your shadow work. So it's time, you know what time it is? It's journal time. Get your books, get your pens, and let's start bringing some awareness to that crown with a few journal prompts. You could take these all in one day. You can break down a question every couple of days. But let's try to aim at doing 3 before our next episode, which is probably either going to be Earth Star or Soul Star. I haven't decided yet. We'll come up with it as we go. First journal prompt question is, how can I open up to cosmic wisdom? You ask and you shall receive. Am I living in alignment with my highest spiritual truth? I hate to burst your bubble, but for most of you, the answer is going to be no, as this is 1,000 layers to unfold. There's 1,000 opportunities to grow and evolve. More than that, actually. Limitless, endless. It's just what you choose to do with them. How can I cultivate more awareness in my life? What are some ways I can start living in alignment with my higher power? This is a powerful question. If you don't overthink it, you go into a meditative state, just start writing, you're going to have the blueprint. You're going to have the fucking blueprint. You have the keys. It's just a matter of taking the action. I have written the same thing about making this YouTube video, really dedicating my life to energy and healing and awareness and trauma for years. I can look back at 2017, 2018, and I'm saying the same things that I'm doing now. So it may take a while for you to get out of your own way. But do not give up, because that call will keep calling and it'll get louder and things will get more uncomfortable until you move your ass. I should have taken my own advice a long time ago. However, I'm stubborn. So are many of you. So suffer or just move. Choose your heart. When was the last time I felt a profound spiritual connection? Now, this can be with nature. This can be with the actual divine, with God themselves. This can be through a physical connection with another person, a connection with your animal. All right, last one. How can I incorporate spiritual and wellness practices that resonate with me into my daily life? Well, you start by doing the easy shit, the KISS method. You're going to turn on your frequency healing when you go to bed. You're going to wear the color of what you're bringing awareness to, which area you're working on. You're going to get your crystal friends, and you're going to forge a community of like-minded individuals who have walked a similar path, who have overcome. Not people who are lost in the sauce, but people who have actually overcome. And that's the magic. That's the magic to the Rubik's Cube. Affirmations are a great way and an integral part of the creating new neural pathways. So I like to incorporate affirmations when I wake up, when I journal, when I pull cards, when I meditate. As this creates new neural pathways, it creates new ways of thinking, feeling, and being free. I honor the divine within me. And remember, when we say our affirmations, we say them from our chest. We say them until we feel a change within our vessel. At that point, and that point only, is energy being recalibrated. You have to feel the change within, whether you get goosies or whatever it is for you, that internal just soul knowing. So one more time. I honor the divine within me. I am open to letting go of all of my attachments. I know I'm guided by a higher power and wisdom. Pure white light flows through me, healing my mind, my body, and my soul. Now, this is calling, if you're paying attention, for the entry point, which is your crown, for all of this to come and flush and flow. So any stagnant, it's gonna move by telling it to. You have to give the energy something to do, the same way you give your crystal friends something to do. I have unlimited possibilities available to me. I remove all limiting thoughts and beliefs. I accept and receive divine energy to flow throughout my chakras. Thank you for joining me for this week's episode. Next week, we're going to take a deep dive into the unembodied chakras, the celestial chakras, the energetic chakras. I hope you join me. Remember, if you like this content, if you are interested in a session, a reading, some nails, some oils, click the link in my bio. Thank you for being here. Your engagement matters. If you've made it this far, drop a rainbow. I love you. Have a beautiful day on purpose, and live and love out loud.